Paige Hathaway here, and you are at Vaughn's grocery store with me right now. I am going to make a cauliflower pizza crust. Everyone knows that pizza is my absolute favorite food, and I thought what better way than to make a healthy version of my favorite guilty pleasure pizza. Come with me, and let's get started. Hey guys, welcome to my kitchen. So we just got back from the grocery store. I'm gonna kind of go over what we're gonna need. So let's go over ingredients first. Our main ingredient for the cauliflower pizza crust is obviously cauliflower. And then the two cheeses that we are gonna need, cheeses, is that a word, cheeses? The two cheese, mozzarella cheese and parmesan, which we got at Vaughn's. Salt, almond meal. If you don't have almond meal, if you have a food processor, you can actually just put almonds in your food processor and ground them up. It's much easier to buy almond meal, but it is a bit on the pricey side. And then we have our three spices. We have oregano, basil, garlic powder. We also are gonna use 1 full egg, which I'm sure most of you guys have that at home. And then that's for our pizza crust. Now, whatever kind of toppings you want for your pizza, you're gonna wanna get that too. I'm actually just a fan of regular cheese pizza, but if you like meat lovers, mushrooms, pineapples, get whatever your little heart desires for this pizza because it'll be absolutely amazing with anything on it. I got just regular tomato sauce, and I'm gonna use mozzarella cheese for the topping. Got Parmesan just to sprinkle on top. For equipment, you're gonna need a food processor because we want to make the cauliflower head very, very fine, kind of like snow. It's gonna look like snow. You can't chop. You're gonna be chopping until you're like 92. You know, large mixing bowl, a knife, a cutting board. I always have this in my cabinet. We're gonna need a pizza pan. And then last but not least, the measuring cups that you're gonna need: a half a cup, 1 tablespoon, a 1/4 teaspoon, and a 1/2 teaspoon. Cutting, rolling, and we're ready to go. So let's get started. So I went ahead and I preheated the oven to 450 degrees, and I also already washed my cauliflower head. I chose a small to medium sized cauliflower head because if you get too big of a cauliflower head, the crust will become more crummy than doughy. What I like to do is I like to cut it and then pull it apart. So cut a little piece, pull it apart. That way you'll be able to use more of the cauliflower. Okay, so we have chopped our stem off. This is what it looks like, the stem of the cauliflower. And now we have cut our cauliflower into pieces, and all we're gonna do now is we're gonna stick all of this cauliflower into our food processor and pulse it for about 30 seconds. You wanna make it look like snow. Don't be afraid to make a mess. I'm making a huge one right now. So now it is pulsed for about 30 seconds, and you'll know when it starts turning into cauliflower snow. It kind of stops mixing in the food processor. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna place the cauliflower snow into a bowl, and then we're gonna microwave it for 4 minutes. And it smells absolutely amazing. The smell of the cauliflower. Now, our next step, we're gonna need a paper towel. Either a paper towel or a hand towel is perfect. Let's go ahead and get the cauliflower out of the microwave. It's gonna be very, very hot. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take our steaming cauliflower, we're gonna pour it onto our paper towel or towel, and we're gonna let it cool for, I don't know, about 3 to 5 minutes before we proceed to our next step. Okay, so now we are gonna pick up our cauliflower, very carefully. And we're just simply gonna wring out the cauliflower into a bowl or the sink. Who needs the gym when you have this job? This is very vital process right here. You wanna make sure you use some muscle, take your time and squeeze out as much water as you can. You wanna take your cauliflower and dump it in the bowl. Then you wanna take 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese, 1/4 cup of mozzarella, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of dried basil, 1/2 teaspoon of dried oregano, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, and 1 full tablespoon of almond meal. Last but not least, you wanna crack your egg. Voila. Okay, so I have made my pizza crust into a ball. All I did was I cut to match my pizza pan, and we're gonna lay the pizza crust on the pan. If you wanna do a square pizza, you can do a square pizza. If you are awesome, you can do a heart-shaped pizza. All we're gonna do is we're gonna just fold it out with our fingers, we're gonna press it against the pan, and we're gonna form it into not too thin, not too thick pizza crust. If this doesn't look awesome, I don't know what does. Okay, so before you go putting your toppings on, we have to bake this for about 10 minutes, give or take, depending on how thin or thick you make your pizza crust. But when it starts turning like a golden brown color, that's when you know you need to take it out and whip some toppings on it. So let's go ahead and stick it in the oven. So we baked it in the oven. It was about 10 minutes. Don't cook it for too long because we still have to put it back in the oven after we put our toppings on it. Okay, so how amazing does this pizza look? Like, can you believe that this is cauliflower crust? I think not. Okay, so there is no special ingredient for this. If you like a lot, put a lot on. If you like a little, put a little. I like a lot of sauce and a lot of cheese, so we're gonna top this pizza to the max. Next step, after we have the sauce, we are gonna add our cheese and whatever other toppings you want. I'm going with the fat-free, so I don't feel as guilty. Now we're gonna pop it back in the oven just enough to get our cheese melted all over our pizza. I recommend maybe 5 to 7 minutes, but you know, if you like your cheese to be a little burnt or whatever, then whatever floats your boat. So let's go ahead and put this in the oven. Shake. Ta-da! So let's go ahead and cut this. Okay, so our pizza is cut. I prefer crushed red pepper, so I'm gonna top it with crushed red pepper and Parmesan. Just a little kick to my pizza. As you can tell, the crust is doughy. It's not crumbly like crumbs when I took it apart. It's just like a pizza slice. This is so